We've got a special guest chef in the kitchen today. Welcome, Tom Daley.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
So lovely to have you in the studio. Now, I know, because I've got this book here, that you are a very keen cook, but some people might not know this side of your life.
No, I think, well, for athletes, it's really important to make sure you fuel your body, knowing what foods to eat. And I think there's lots of things learning from athletes about what to eat that you can use for school, for work, to fuel your body and mind to, you know, get the best out of every day.
So how does your diet differ when you're training for a big event or when you're just sort of having a rest period and chilling out?
Well, when I'm training, I have to make sure that I eat a lot of protein, carbohydrates, and it's also when you eat it as well, for right after workout, so you can recover really quickly for your next training session. And when I'm on a day off, I tend not to eat as much, obviously, because I'm not burning as many calories. So it's really about making sure that you know your body to know what to eat and when and how, and that's what I try to touch on in the book. And
you're making a delicious dish for us today. Tell us what it is.
Yes, I'm making some fragrant salmon parcels. Yum. Really easy, all in one pan, easy to do. So yeah, should be fun.
I'm already hungry, so I'm counting down the minutes for that, Tom. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thanks for having me.
See you in a few minutes' time. Right, it's time for some food, and I'm in the kitchen with lovely Tom Daley.
Hello, yes.
Tom, I'm very hungry and very excited about this.
Good.
What are we making? Remind us.
So we're going to make some fragrant salmon parcels for my new book. So yeah, it's a really simple thing to do. If you've got people coming over, you can just chuck it all into like a parchment piece of paper and chuck it in the oven.
We love that.
Yeah, easy.
So where do we start? What are we doing?
So what we're going to do is we're going to make the dressing first. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you these. There's some fennel seeds in there and also some coriander. So we're going to crush it up to make it all a bit more, that's where the fragrant comes into it. All the flavours.
Fragrant salmon parcel.
And the dressing, what we're going to do is we're going to put a little bit of a glug of some olive oil in there to be able to start off the base. And then what we're also going to do is
that okay?
Yeah, that'll be fine. Just like put a little bit of that in there. And then just got to make sure that you season everything really well. So we're going to put a bit of salt in there. And then we're also going to put a bit of pepper in there. So that is like the base of it all, along with some lemon zest.
Gorgeous.
It's going to go right in there.
Yeah.
Fragrant again. And now the first thing that we're going to do is get all the vegetables chopped up.
Okay.
So if you could cut up 4 of those tomatoes just in half, that'd be great. We're also going to use some corn, and if you don't have fresh vegetables, you can always use a tin, but a useful tip to be able to do that is you stick it up like this so you can hold it upright like that and just chop down and get all of the corn off of the cob. And once you've done that,
it does taste nicer, fresher, don't you think, as
it's
well?
It's good to get fresh vegetables.
It is lovely.
It is. Although sometimes it can be a bit of a pain, it's not as easy, it's definitely something that can make it, you know, I feel like it tastes better.
Absolutely.
A little bit more crunch, a little bit more flavour in there. So what we'll do is we'll get all those in there.
Done your tomatoes, where are they headed?
So the tomatoes, everything's going to go into that bowl.
Right, there we go.
So we'll get the sweet, this is some sweet corn that was chopped up earlier, so that's all in there. So we've got some sweet corn, we've got some sweet potato, and the important thing with sweet potato is to make it sure it's chopped up small because it takes the longest to cook.
Yes,
so
of course.
Making sure everything comes out on time.
Lovely.
A bit of that, and then we're going to get the courgettes in there as well.
So you've got a lot of good, colourful, vibrant veg in there as well. Very important.
To be able to like eat healthily, the more colourful it is, usually the healthier it is. So
bit of a rainbow diet.
Yeah, exactly. If you get the rainbow diet in there, we're all good. And then we're going to give that a little bit of a mix.
Yeah.
Might end up needing a little bit more of a
this is actually so simple, isn't it? And this is good if you've had a busy day and you want to quickly whip something up that's tasty and filling.
It's so quick, and you don't even need to think about doing all the dishes or anything like that because you've got everything in here all ready to go.
That is a real plus point in my house.
Exactly, it is. So what we're going to do is I'm going to just move some of this out the way so that we've got that. So this is what's going to go into the parchment paper. So we're going to get that onto your side like this. And then we're going to put half of the mixture into one of them. So I'll just pour that onto there.
So veg on first.
Veg on first. Get the veg in there like that. And then we'll give you some veg.
Thank you, my love.
You can put some of that in there.
Yeah.
And then obviously the salmon goes in. So we're going to get the tongs here to put the salmon on top. If it's going to come off nice and easily.
And what are we cooking this at? 180, 200?
200.
200.
Yeah.
Because salmon does take a bit longer, doesn't it?
It does take a little bit longer. So what we're going to do is we're going to put that there. And now the fun part is you just got to scrunch it up together. So you can like give it a bit of a roll, but leave a little bit of a gap in the top because we're going to have to pour some water into...
Oh, so it's sort of steaming it.
So it's steaming it, exactly.
So what we're going to do... so much prettier than mine.
Oh, I wouldn't say that.
Right, there we go.
So we're going to pour a little bit into there, and if you pour a little bit into yours as well, and we're going to chuck it onto
That was so quick and so simple.
So quick and simple.
And how long are we cooking that for?
So we're going to cook it for about 20 to 25 minutes. And we're going to put these lemons on here as well, because it's great to have some cooked lemon to be able to...
Even more fragrance.
Exactly. And then we're going to put it into the oven.
I hope you've got some that I can actually eat, Tom, because
I have got some that I've made earlier, just here. So here we go. Right. Here we are.
Oh,
there we are, look at that.
Because we've been up very early, so it is essentially lunchtime for us anyway.
I know, tell me about it. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to open these up. Look at that.
Oh.
And we've got some plates here.
Gorgeous.
So if we get the plates over there.
Do you just pop it straight on the plate?
Yeah, pop it. I think, you know, in the parcel, it makes it a little bit...
Why not?
Creative to have the
Oh, can I start and dig in?
Absolutely, go for it.
Tom, at home, who does the majority of the cooking?
Oh, me.
Definitely.
I love cooking. It's something that I find so therapeutic to do, get home from training with your friends and just cook along. I had friends over last night cooking. How is it?
That is...
Enjoying?
Absolutely wonderful.
It's good, right?
So quick and easy. So utterly delicious.
And then if you want to, like, because the lemon's been cooked, you can have a bit of an extra squeeze of lemon on top. And it's like...
So when you were younger, when did you sort of start cooking straight away? When was the kind of moment you thought, oh, I'm quite into this?
Well, I was really fussy growing up, and I kind of would always eat the same thing, mainly because of my dad. My dad was very fussy with what he ate. If we went out, he would always have lasagna because he knew he liked it.
Yeah.
So it wasn't until I started going away when I was 12 years old where I had to start eating other food because I had no choice. And then I started eating so many different things, went to cookery school when I was 16 and just have had to enjoy creating different things in the kitchen since.
How does that sort of design process come into play when you're at home? You just sort of mess around in the kitchen and see what happens and that's how the book evolves?
Yeah, well, I do like following recipes, but then I also like the fact that you just go into the fridge and see what's there, go into the cupboard, see what's there and come up with something if you can. And I love the fact that you can do like one pan things or one pot, so you can have less dishes at the end of the day.
You know what I've completely forgot to mention, which is quite a huge thing that casually we've forgotten about, that you just won a silver medal at the World Championships this week in China.
Yeah, the World Series, I got silver. So yeah, no, I was really happy with it. Slowly getting back into the swing of things now, because once one Olympic finishes, you go right into the next training for the next one.
So you're already thinking about 2020?
Yeah, 2020, Tokyo, we're training towards that. Commonwealth Games next year, World Championships in July as well. So yeah, it's pretty intense.
It's absolutely non-stop for you, isn't it?
Yes, it is. But it's all, I'm off to training this afternoon, so.
Oh my God, well look, eat that.
Yes,
Get
I know.
some protein in you.
Exactly.
Thank you so much. Lovely to have you on the show cooking for the first time.
Yeah, no,
you should come back. I'm sure Lorraine would like that. I'll say that on her behalf.
Yeah, we'll do that.
But thank you so much for coming in today, Tom Daly. It's been lovely to have you on the show.